Welcome to the next segment in our exploration of the energies of 2017. In this segment, we're going to talk about the number energies in 2017 and the numerology and the meanings that are going to be an influence over us. So, first of all, we'll start off with the key numbers. So if you take and get my little pointer here. It's not working. If you add up the numbers 2017, they equal 10, which in the Chaldean system is called the Wheel of Fortune, and it's also a number of instant manifestation. Now, when you take the 10 and you add the 10 and the 0, it equals 1. And that is a number that initiates and brings forth possibilities. And when you take the whole number again, 2017, and you just extract off the last two numbers, because, the first two pretty much stay the same, for 1,000 years. Well, at least 100 years. But you have the last two numbers, and that's 17. And that's about creating something that endures, something that is a legacy. And those two numbers reduce to the number 8, which is the number of a visionary leader. Oh, now I got my little pointer. So, 2017 is the beginning of a new 9-year cycle. It's all about instant manifestation, so we really need to watch our thoughts. And it's about leaving a legacy and making something, creating and initiating something that will endure. And it's about initiating and bringing into form new ideas. And it's part of the mental triad. So there's a lot of mental energy, a lot of potential for deep thinking with this particular energy. So let's start out with the number 10. Which the Chaldeans called the Wheel of Fortune. So this means that energy can go either way. If you've ever watched on TV the Wheel of Fortune, they spin the big wheel and you never know where it's going to land. It sort of goes tick, 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 and you might win something or you might lose something. That's kind of the way it is. So, but the key component to this is your thoughts and your intentions and what you're feeling and the vibration that you're putting off. So in this particular year, it's always important to watch your thoughts and pay attention to what you're thinking. But in this particular year, things are going to happen quickly. And so if you're having a pity party for yourself, guess what you're going to get? A lot more things to have a pity party about. And if you're having joyful and you're seeing the beauty around in life and you're feeling grateful, you're going to get more things to be grateful for and you're going to see more of the awesome beauty in the world. So when you're dealing with this 10 energy, this instant manifesting energy, it's like it's got the elements of the 1, which is all about initiating and taking things out of the sea of possibilities. It's the first step to, you have your sea of possibilities, the quantum field, the unlimited possibilities. And it's like the first stage in taking a little piece of that and creating a form so that it can be brought into physical reality. So the mind is the place where this happens a lot of times. Either we get an inspiration or we pick up an idea and some of our computing process, we're able to put things together and create something new and innovative. But it's a place where we form thoughts, and thoughts form emotions. And emotions drive the overall vibration that we have, the feeling that we have, it's what's transmitted to the universe. So, in other words, if you're really feeling sad, what's going to come back and show up in your life are going to be things that will continue to help you feel sad. If you're if you're feeling really optimistic and upbeat and happy about something, or excited about something, or getting ready to do something that's new and exciting, then you will get more things back that will support you. People will encourage you, or you'll get something in the mail that supports what you're trying to do. I mean, it's just, there's the whole thing about where things come up and how things show up, but that's a whole nother class that I'm going to do. So when you're handling this 10 energy, this 10 and the 1, you really, really, really have to pay attention to your vibration. And you can take care of your vibration by watching your thoughts. So when you develop a mindfulness practice, then you are able to pause for that one brief moment and stop and say, okay, what is really going on here? Is it true? Why am I feeling this way? What's the messages my bodies are telling me? And I have a little video at the end of this that will talk about mindfulness so that you can get a little better understanding of how it works. So the other thing that happens, life happens, and there's always shadow sides. There's always the sides that we don't want to acknowledge, or we get involved in, like maybe, one of the things with 1 energy is we'll dig in our heels and we'll get really stubborn. And we narrow-minded, my way is the only right way. Well, that's a shadow side. So, and then also negative thinking, being pessimistic, that's also a shadow side. So when you start becoming aware that you are actually navigating your life from the shadow side, then you're able to stop and do a little mindfulness thing again, or just simply stop and become aware and say, okay, this isn't taking me the direction I want to go. And if you take a look at what's coming back to you from your life, you'll say, yes, this is not taking me the direction I want to go. And it will allow you to create an openness so that you can allow in other new inspirational thoughts, because that's one of the things about initiating energy is it's not fixed yet. This is possibilities, possibilities, possibilities. And they haven't been singled out yet to go ahead with. It's like when you plant a garden and you plant carrots or peas. You put in lots and lots and lots of seeds because you don't know which ones are going to germinate and grow and get big and develop into the food that you ultimately want to eat. So another way of handling this energy is also look for all the blessings in the challenges, because with the eight energy, which is part of this, the legacy, it's inherent. Saturn rules number 8, and Saturn is always about lessons and helping you get clear on what it is that you really want. So when you have a challenge, which life is, has a fair amount of challenges, just look for the blessings in it, and you'll be able to navigate that much more easily. So one of the things you can do is breathe. Take a breath. Take several breaths. Deep breaths. They activate your whole parasympathetic nervous system. It activates, breathe from your belly. So you're activating your whole diaphragm, and it's affecting all your organs. It's kind of like massaging your internal organs. And, and it's very life-giving. It gets oxygen to your brain. It's very life-giving, and it helps you to relax and step back and actually take a little better look at what's going on. And make decisions from your heart. Now, this is a year with a lot of mental energy, so it's going to be really easy to go up and figure things out. And this is the plan. But try to keep yourself from making decisions from that place. So, in other words, explore all the ideas and maybe write them down. And since this is a year in human design with the 11, which is the gate of ideas, many, many, many ideas, just write them down and just let them be. And in time, you'll be able to, you'll know from inside yourself, not from your mind, but from inside yourself, from your heart, what will be the right directions as the year goes by, eventually you will go ahead and it's sort of like getting back to the garden analogy. You'll plant a whole bunch of seeds, and maybe you'll want to plant some other different kinds of seeds too, so that instead of just having peas and carrots, to eat for the summer, you'll have, broccoli and onions and spinach and lettuce and, plant a whole bunch of different kinds of seeds and just put them out there and just let them be. And then let your heart feel its way through the decisions. Because your heart and your body are very wise and they know what is the best for you. Another thing you can do is practice gratitude. You can just do it, while you're thinking, while you're walking, or if somebody is rude to you, cut you off in traffic, you can say, after you hiss for a little bit, you say, oh, I'm glad that I had this experience. Just keep it simple. Keep it really down to earth so that you can actually do it. And if you want to get more sophisticated, you can actually have a little gratitude journal or make a little meditation, where you do your gratitude, all the things you're grateful for. It all helps. And look for a new perspective to a situation. And that is one of the blessings of this one energy, is it's instead of being fixed, is like, the numbers later on, it's kind of like, you sort of get into a groove as you're working through the cycle of years. But so instead of being fixed, like you do further on, allow in new insights and allow yourself to be flexible and think of and see things from different perspectives. Believe me, it will make this year much more interesting. So, just as a something to contemplate about and kind of let roll through your mind, because our minds are very busy and they always like something to do. So you can ask yourself, what kind of stories in your life, what stories of your past would you like to rewrite? What would you like to be different? What would you like when you think back on your past, which your past is affecting your future? What would you like to be different? How would you like it to show up differently? And, and the thoughts that you think about a person, say you get involved in a situation and you're haggling over something that with your partner, or you're trying to make a purchase online and you're having trouble, or just, there's things always that happen. So, when you're in that situation, say, are the thoughts that you're thinking about this person or this event really true? Are you just overreacting? Take a look. Stop and take a look, because this is all contributes to the vibration that you're sending out and you're going to receive back. So when you're in this situation, you ask if that's really true, and then you say, what else could be true? Like we said, there's a whole sea of possibilities. So there's maybe some other reason that's not going to be triggering you to maybe have some negative emotions and thoughts. So then you can also ask, what needs to be released, healed, and aligned so that your life is more in alignment with your highest path and purpose? And that's always a good one for anything. So I invite you to pay attention. The numerology this year is very powerful, and whatever it is that we are going to create it's powerful and it's strong. And the number 17, which is the year we're in, 17, in Chaldean numerology, it's the star of the Magi. It's a highly spiritual number, and it symbolizes the 8-pointed star of Venus. And, which is, Venus is about abundance. So there's this whole element of abundance threading through the creation. So it's like there's initiating a whole field of abundance that's going to create a legacy that's going to impact us for a long time. So it's like, this is a real time to really sit down and think, what is it I really want for myself and for the world? So in the next video, we're going to talk about the power angels that are related to the numerology for 2017. I'll see you then.